Here's a Vox AC15C1X that just came in, and I've done my standard mods to it, and I'm going to show you most of what I did and how it's done. And in the background, you'll get to hear Steve Selvage playing one of these I finished up a couple months back. So I'm going to have this section just kind of fast forward for the disassembly and let you listen to some good music through a modded AC15C1. All right, back to real time, and I pulled the board out and put it to the side. Time to dive in. Here, I'm trying to show you how I remove the components without damaging the board. The focus isn't that great, but I want to bend them straight up, then apply a little bit of fresh solder to the back, get that factory stuff to flow a little bit better. And then I just heat them up and I push them through from the other side. The one that has the resistor still attached, I push the resistor through, snip off that little hook, then pull the resistor out the other side. The one which doesn't have the resistor attached just comes out the back. Here you can see I've removed all the solder. It's clean on both sides. So I have the components out, the solder removed, any flux removed. It's a nice clean slate. Nothing was damaged in the process. Here's a close-up where you can see the new solder. You can see some excess flux. I go back and clean that off afterwards, but you can also see that the new component leads are bent over for mechanical support before soldering. And on the other side, the new components, very nice, pretty little things. Aside from the colors and materials changing, it still looks factory. And here's after the bulk of the work was done. There's still a few things I'm going to do on the back that I'm not going to show you because I just don't want to have to deal with all those questions. Why did you do this? What's that? I can't see that. But the important thing is here is the amp does not look all chewed up. It's not just covered in wires and hot glue. It looks like it came from the factory, and that's the goal with a modified amp, is to have very clean, neat work. Now here it is, all reassembled. You can see that new switch I added there, a close-up of that coming. That's the only real visual clue from the outside that anything's been done. Well, some changes to the output board, I'll talk about that in a moment. But everything is nice and neat. I still got to put some zip ties in this one, but you want to make sure it works first. Now here's that switch. When it's towards the top boost, it's the stock Vox. Flip it to the other side, gives a nice mids boost / gain increase. Looks pro, looks professional, looks neat. I love these things. Here are the new grid stoppers and screen grid resistors. The wattage was increased on each, and the new ones are mounted above the board, so if there's any heat issue down the line, the board will not be burned. That's nice. And just another little quick look at everything because it's pretty. I like these kinds of things. I like gizmos and gadgets and what have yous. Now when I fired the amp up, the output sounded terrible. It was really weak. The tremolo had all these kinds of artifacts. It was a bad pair of stock EL84s. I took those out, put in these Tube Store 7189s as a test, and the amp came to life. So all new tubes are on order for this amp. But when I do the comparison video of the stock versus the modded amp, I will use the same set of tubes for each amp, so we have as close to possible as a direct comparison. So that's something to look forward to, and it'll be coming up pretty soon. Thanks for watching.